Greetings, brothers. There's a new edition of the Horus Heresy coming out, and the big rumours is that there's going to be a new box set full of Space Marines. Probably some of these Space Marines you're going to be able to use in 40k. So what's live on the website right now is a questionnaire in which if you answer a bunch of different questions, you can pick potentially your chapter for the Horus Heresy. So I'm going to give it a whirl, see what we get, and in the meantime, the one thing to consider, I suppose, is this box is probably going to be similar to Indomitus in that it's going to be possibly made to order. You're going to need to be able to buy it within 2 or maybe 4 weeks or something like that. So, and it might not be the cheapest. In the UK, I reckon you're probably talking between £120 and £150. So it's maybe something to consider. They haven't said precisely when this box is going to drop, but it will be compatible with all 18 Legion Astartes. So without any further ado, let's get into this quiz. So what you're going to want to do is head over to the horusheresy.com, and there is a cinematic trailer that we'll check out in a second, but the blurb is that 18 Space Marine legions, once united in a crusade to consolidate all humanity beneath the Emperor's banner, are riven by betrayal. Now they fight each other in the bloodiest conflict the galaxy has ever known. Where do your loyalties lie? And then we can discover our legion here in a second, and this will just show a cool little animation of various chapters. And they've given them like pretty cool little golden logos. And obviously we'd probably be expecting to get Blood Angels based on our playstyle. I'm going to answer these questions how I feel Blood Angels play, and let's see what it actually comes up with. Because you guys know that I play Blood Angels very and here's our boys. But you know that I play them very differently from most normal people. Alright, so here's our trailer. I've actually read the first book in Siege of Terra series, but I'm nowhere near. I'm like, I need to get into the next one.
I never wanted this. I never wanted to unleash my legions. Together we banished the ignorance of old night. But you betrayed me. You betrayed us all. You stole power from the gods and lied to your sons. Mankind has only one chance to prosper. If you will not seize it, then I will!
So powerful, so these things makes mankind only has one chance.
So let it be war!
Cinematic trailers are getting aren't they? I wonder if this is made in-house.
From the skies of terror to the galactic rim. Let the seas boil.
I like seeing the night.
Let the stars fall. Though it takes the last drop of my blood.
Really not familiar? Like when
I will see the galaxy freed once more.
the old Horus Heresy boxes used to
And
just
if
be
I
like,
cannot save it from your failure, Father, then let the galaxy burn.
they used to just be Marines versus Marines. Like a couple of tactical squads and a dreadnought against a couple of tactical squads and a dreadnought. This looks like they have so much more now coming in the new edition of the game, I guess, which is great. And one of the rumors that I actually heard was that there was going to be a plastic Spartan tank, and we have actually seen in the last couple of months like a lot of Forge World models, the older resin models, I believe, go into like last chance to buy. So maybe some of these things are going to come back as plastic. I'm like 90% sure that like Forge World and Games Workshop are kind of in the same building. They're not the same company, but I think they work very closely together. So maybe, and I mean, Forge World models are notoriously difficult to put together. The instructions are terrible. So maybe we're going to see like big improvements to the Horus Heresy. So Picking up the box may actually help your 40k chapter or army quite considerably, and maybe get some new models that over time may get introduced into 40k as well. So yeah, let's get into this questionnaire. Horus the War Master has communed with the dark powers and torn the Imperium asunder. How do you view his actions? Disloyalty is unforgivable. Humanity must be freed of ignorance. Well, I'm definitely going to say it's disloyal to commune with the dark powers. Not a huge fan of the Chaos Gods. I like killing the Chaos Gods, or killing their minions, I guess. So yeah, this is definitely going to make us a loyalist. Scans of the battlefield have detected enemy troop movement in unexpected quarter. How do you respond? Scramble infantry, call in the armoured support. Well, I think Blood Angels to begin with, we would always be scrambling infantry. I do like armour though. I do actually really like Land Raiders, but we're going to scramble some infantry here. The scans revealed a heavily defended bunker, and you're tasked with storming it. Strike fast, close the gap, and minimise time in the line of fire. Sounds pretty jump pack assault. Advance stealthily, analysing their weak spots and fields of fire as you approach. On second thoughts, maybe calling in the tanks is the best way to minimise casualties. Well, we strike fast, we close the gap, we jump from cover to cover. That's where we're going. When fighting gets up close and personal, what do you prefer? Power claws or power swords? Oh, that's a tough one. I mean, claws are definitely chaos-ish, right? Because it's power fists for Marines. So I guess we prefer power swords. So I'm quite unfamiliar, actually, with Blood Angels weapons in the Horus Heresy. But we did have the Angels Tiers, which is like a cool little jump pack units that are wielding like double Volkite pistols. They might actually be really cool for 40k. And then there's the Dawnbreaker cohort that use spears mainly. They're a bit like the Sangre Guard with maybe like pistols on one arm and spears in the other. A lot of people buy them and convert them into Sangre Guards, so I think we're going to have to go swords, I guess? You've discovered the location of an enemy warlord. Well, typically that means we're going to get him and destroy him. Send in your fastest troops and light armor to strike deadly at the heart of the enemy. Display martial superiority by deftly decimating their troops, then challenge their leader to a duel. Let them know you've arrived and allow your reputation to draw them into an engagement on your terms. I mean, that's how I play Blood Angels, right? We have arrived on the battlefield, we move up stealthily, we gun things down. But if one of these questions was for Blood Angels, if we're going to get Blood Angels, I think I'm going to pick this one, because you guys know how I play. But I kind of feel like the duel challenge, you know, like we have that secondary in 40k that's all about challenging the enemy warlord to a duel. So that one kind of maybe makes sense. I feel like this is kind of like maybe I was going to say it's a space wolf, but I don't think it is. Red, long hair here kind of makes me feel like a space wolf. But the enemy know our reputation. We'll be on the battlefield. We will do the engagements on our terms. So let's pick it. Don't know what chapter we're going to get. What's the best way to join the fight? A Demas pattern Land Raider. Sorry, a Demas pattern Rhino or Land Raider Proteus. I love the Proteus. I want to buy one for 40k. I think the main reason that we don't see Land Raiders is because they've got no invulnerable save, and a Proteus basically costs 15 points more than a regular Land Raider and has an invulnerable save. I like them. I think that with Blood Angels, you could put Terminators in them. You could put some sort of Death Company in them. Rhinos for Blood Angels. I mean, maybe 10,000 years ago we used Rhinos. I mean, 10 years ago, I guess we used Rhinos with like tactical squads in them. That was a valid tactic. But this, do you know what? This has got a chaos symbol on it as well. I don't know if the Demas pattern necessarily is chaos, but this is the symbol of chaos. So we're going to have to take the Proteus. Would you rather unleash a noble beast within, embracing your feral nature and loyalty service to a higher cause, terrify your enemies with unbridled brutality, and teach everyone that happens if they cross you? I don't think we're going to get what we want. I think this is going to give us Space Wolves, and I've literally no idea what this is going to happen. But I'm not very beast-like inside. But I do like to brutalize my enemy and table them in the weekly game whenever that is possible. So this is what we're going to pick, and our legion is going to be the Night Lords. Okay, I know nothing about the Night Lords. We've assigned you the Night Lords. Callous, cruel, and driven by a unique sense of justice, the Night Lords and their Primarch, Conrad Cruz, win wars through stealth and terror tactics as much as their skill in arms. Share your legion with your friends. Disagree with your legion assignment. And I guess if you disagree, you can just pick one. So yeah, unfortunately, I probably won't be picking Night Lords to play. I might play some other armies on the channel, and there's more about that coming with this week's tactics video. But for now, what does seem pretty cool is I can drop this down and I can pick Blood Angels, and obviously noble and angelic, but utterly vicious when roused. Maybe I should have clicked the beast button. War is an act of art for the Blood Angels, and their Primarch Sanguinius. And the cool thing about Horus Heresy is Sanguinius is alive, so maybe you can actually feel them in the battlefield. Here he is, actually over here, I think. And they boast one of the most impressive combat records of all legions. Not one of the most impressive combat records. We boast the most impressive. I mean, we're the only legion that fought Horus and basically won, right? Because rumour has it that the Emperor wouldn't have won without us, so yes. So if you want to do this survey, you can do it right now. You can share it with your friends. But this is cool over here. So sign up to our newsletter. You'll get your Legion primer, a free Legion wallpaper, and all the latest news into your inbox. So maybe that's something you want to do. So if you guys want to tell me which answers I did wrong, please put them down in the comments below. And if you got a different chapter than you maybe expected and you're going to play it, let me know as well. And if you're excited about this Legion box and you plan on picking it up, leave me a comment and we can talk about it further. I really appreciate you watching to the end of the video. This week's tactics video is going to be something a little bit different. For the first time, we're going to cover a successor chapter in the Flesh Tearers. So all you Flesh Tearers fans that have been waiting for me to do a video on them forever, you're getting your wish. I hope you enjoy it. As always, if you like what you've seen in today's video, please consider subscribing. I will catch you all in the next video, guys. Until next time, by the blood are we made strong.